Well, today's actually a pretty special day. I just received some more fan mail. It's actually really fun to read these, so let's go open it up. Dear Dan, I am truly a huge fan of the YouTube channel and enjoy watching your live streams. Thank you very much. Though I have a favor to ask. Would it be any trouble to review Sailor Moon, the anime? I grew up with this and it would mean a lot to me. Sincerely, Jolene. Gee, what a nice letter. I am humbly grateful. And yeah, I'll do the review. Why not? I'm sure it'll be a great time.
Dan, the letter was definitely fake. You don't have fans, and that definitely looks like your own handwriting.
Fake? You think the letter was fake? No, that was a truthful letter. How about we just get to the video? Yeah, let's just, get to the video. Well, coming in, my expectations were semi-high. Of course, I know that it has a large fan base, so I naturally was curious to see what all the hubbub was about, and I definitely don't think I was their target demographic. It certainly is a show that caters to perhaps a younger female audience. To be honest, at times I just started using my earbuds when watching because, I mean, do you know how awkward it is for anybody to storm in and then just to hear something like this?
I mean, are you my future boyfriend? I said it!
Yeah, not fun. Well, stigma aside, what do I actually think about Sailor Moon? To start my thoughts off, I truly enjoyed the 90s aesthetic of the show. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to describe, but pretty much most anime had this sort of hand-drawn nostalgic style to it. The show overall brings you back to a more simpler time. And when I say a simpler time, I'm not necessarily talking about the setting, I'm talking about the overall tone. The tone itself is not very serious, and it goes for more of a lighthearted route. Though there are moments where this is not the case at all. This is just bizarre, but for some strange reason, while watching Sailor Moon, it sort of reminded me of the original Pokemon television show. Like, it also sort of has the formula structure to it. The formula being the villain is pulling some tomfoolery scam to harm others in the process to further their goals. At first, our heroes are completely oblivious to such mad lad nonsense going on, but somehow, surprise, and so is behind such schemes. Let's go and save the day. Then Usagi, in this case, and her friends save the day. Look, having a story structure that follows a rough formula isn't bad, but you can't just rehash the same things over and over and over again. It's only going to get stale when I can predict what's going to happen 75% of the time. And yes, I did say 75 because there are some exceptions to this rule. For instance, I don't know why, but I fondly remember this sort of Halloween episode where Usagi and company stay at some spooky hotel mansion. Overall, it was actually a pretty fun episode and stands out from all the others. Definitely a must-watch during Halloween. Maybe I'll even review it during Halloween. Furthermore, there is another issue that I just need to mention. The characters. Most of them feel so one-dimensional. I mean, look, watch. Usagi, lazy, stupid, oblivious. Ray, well, she's the bitch of the group. Sailor Mercury, she's the smart one. Sailor Jupiter, I mean, I guess she's tall and I think she also cooks. Sailor Venus, well, she's kind of the normal one, to be honest. I don't really have much to say about her, but her backstory is actually pretty significant compared to all the other characters so far. And the key word, so far. Apparently, there are others who do join the group in the future, but I have no idea. I didn't have the willpower to continue on with the show. Though, on the contrary to my complaints about these one-dimensional characters, I do have to admit, a lot of other animes probably spoiled me. For a lot of child characters, they act a lot older than they should. Did you know that Giorno Giovanna is 15 and drives a car and wants to be a leader of a gang? And then in part 6, Emporio is driving a car and a helicopter. Dude, I'm 18 and I can't even operate a car, let alone a helicopter. Though, to be fair, there also are some pretty notable characters within the show that I enjoyed watching on screen. Mamoru's pretty cool. He actually has the balls to roast, a 14-year-old girl. Also, his purple pants are pretty fresh. He actually has a pretty interesting backstory. His parents died in a car accident when he was young, and then as a result, he lost his memory. Man, I kind of wish the story was centered around him instead. Now that would have been a lot better. This kid is also pretty interesting. At first, I disliked him, but he's so weird, it's kind of great. Then Ray's grandfather, he's just fucking crazy. No, that's actually what I wrote down. Hey, I could say that I can definitely relate to him.
Here's another group of cuties.
Huh?
Would any of you like to work part-time here as shrine maidens?
Grandpa, just stop hitting on everyone, would you?
Wait a minute, hold the phone. Not anymore, that is. Oh god, I'm sorry, I just gotta say the elephant in the room. Am I the only one disturbed that Mamoru and Usagi are kind of, I suppose a thing? He's 19, she's 14. Look, I'll double check just to make sure. Alrighty, made it onto the wiki page, and look at this, a nice cool cursor, but you know what, that doesn't matter. Scrolling down, what, 17? How? That has to be a typo. They said he was in college. How could you be 17 and go to college? Or maybe it's a Japanese thing, but I don't even know. I need to double check. No, yes, it is. Yeah, his occupation, university student. So excuse me for assuming otherwise, but this man is barely living above the law. I mean, it blows my mind. How could this happen? College, middle school. Middle school, college. Those two things do not go together. Please, am I the only one who is mentally disturbed by this fact? I mean, when people bring up this show, this is usually not the first thing that's mentioned to me. I mean, I didn't even think this was a thing. Oh, come on, Dan, don't jump the gun. Well, you don't even know what Usagi's age is. Well, she says it in the beginning of the show every single time.
Hi, I'm Usagi Tsukino, and I'm a 14-year-old middle school student.
Well, now it's just a painful reminder of this fact. Oh well, at least there's no other sign of this kind of mad lad tomfoolery going on anywhere else in the show, right?
Anyway, I was wondering if you'd like to go there with me sometime. I know it's kind of a silly idea, but I've dreamed of going there with you to share a chocolate parfait together.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Again? Just why? Why? What's this fixation on older men? It's fucking insane. They're 14. And this guy, well, is a man, or at the very least an alien that looks like one. Spoiler alert, he dies, and thankfully so. Well, if I discuss this any further, I'll run myself into the grave, but, maybe I'll watch the next episode where I left off.
Hold on, you don't get to make the decision. I should be the one who gets to play Snow White. After all, I do have the biggest boobs out of all of you.
Are you out of your mind?
Want to take measurements?
And no, I'm not lying. That was actually the episode. Oh boy. Well, what do I think about the show overall? It's pretty good for what it is, and keyword for what it is. Don't have any insane or ungodly expectations, because this isn't the kind of show that is going to over-impress. Doesn't that mean it's bad though? No, not at all. For example, is the original Pokemon show terrible because a person expected there to be this insanely deep narrative that's going to change your perspective on life? Both of these shows are meant to be fun and not to be taken too seriously. Just keep your expectations in check. Did I enjoy myself while watching the show? Yeah, I had actually a pretty good time, and I would recommend for anybody else to give it a try if they're interested. And if you keep all of what I said in mind, then I'm sure you'll have a great time watching.